Well, moms can truly be the superheroes of their families, but we can always be better, learn more, and bring more to the table. That's what our next guest is doing. She wanted to take on more traditional skills, but couldn't find a book to teach her, so she went out, learned the skills, and wrote her own. It's called Mama Bear Survival: Raising Strong Families in an Uncertain World. Welcome to the Mama Bear herself, Emily Rickett, no stranger here to Fox 17. Thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been over a decade, probably 11 years since I was on air here at Fox 17, and since then I got married. I've had 4 kids. I started a doll company called Faith Friends, and then I've spent the last year busy in research, interviews, and writing, so much writing for the book that you see here.
Okay, so let's go back to how this all began and what skills you were looking to build that became this book.
Well, you know, it's no secret that the world has really changed over the last decade, over the last few years alone. And having 4 kids, I suddenly felt a little unequipped in certain areas, and I wanted to gain the skills, and I went searching and I couldn't find the right book. I mean, if you think about the natural disasters we've seen over the last few years, the blackouts, I think of our friends in northern Michigan where the 90,000 went without power for days, some of them still recovering. Sure. There's the disruptions to the supply chain, which can make shelves bare. We saw what happened during the pandemic. There's violence happening in areas where families frequent, our playgrounds. Think of the splash pad north of Detroit, grocery store parking lots. All of this had me a little bit reeling. Like, I want to start gaining some skills to protect and prepare with my family. Sure. Everything out there was really doomsday prepper. Yeah. So I put my reporter hat back on. I tracked down some experts in all kinds of fields. I interviewed them and I rolled it all into the book that you see here. So it covers your basic emergency preparedness. It starts out with a quiz so you can identify your strengths and your vulnerabilities. And that really helps guide you on the journey of the book and what you want to dive into next. The thing I included in the book that nothing out there has are those important skills of motherhood that are often overlooked. So there's Bethany Hamilton. She was a 13-year-old surfer who had a shark attack and now a mother for herself, like the epitome of resilience and motherhood. Sure. And she talks about raising resilient kids. Our very own Fox 17's Terry DeBoer, she talks about juggling the seasons of motherhood, especially that really difficult transition of emptying the nest. So it really covers a wide range.
Yeah, and what resonated with me, so you were a vegan, but you learned how to hunt and how to supply your family with meat, you know, through going out into the woods.
This whole project was a massive learning experience and a lot of growth. And even back at my Fox 17 days, I was a vegan, animal rights activist, yet I would still cover the hunting expo.
Sure, you got
I would still interview the hunters, and the seed was planted then. But over this past year, I really dove into the world of conservation and hunting. I was so honored to be a part of a program called Women Hunt. They take 12 women, new or beginner hunters, and they train us in the North American model of conservation, how that is tied to hunting. And I actually did go on my first hunt, harvested my first animal, and to be able to provide for your family in that way, to learn how to become self-resilient in that way and to source your own protein. I can't think of a greater form of self-reliance. So I know we're looking at video there from my experience at Women Hunt. I do want to mention applications are open for this. It is an incredible program all month long. I have podcasts and blogs at mamabearsurvival.com about Women Hunt. But every year they take 12 women from around the country and Canada and teach them these skills. I mean, we learn field dressing, butchering, how to cook your wild game. That can be life-changing for families, especially families like mine where we live in the suburb, and getting out and hunting and into the great outdoors can be a bit of a challenge.
I mean, we live in Michigan. I mean, that's what people do here, right? You don't have to go far to be able to hunt, right?
Exactly.
Tell me about one of your favorite things that you learned or something that maybe surprised you.
Yeah, well, the hunting definitely was. I would also say the different levels of self-protection. So the book covers self-defense and personal protection, and it's a very wide range. You can have non-lethal forms all the way to firearms, and we cover it all. And I want to share a little bit about, in the book, over here we have Dan Bolins. He is a local Purple Heart Vietnam veteran. He's a buddy of mine, and I met him because he creates this device called Push Defense. And it's simple. Look how simple this thing looks. Yeah. But for women, for joggers, you can just slip it on your finger, and if you're going out running like this, or you're in, yes, it is an added level of defense. You don't even have to think about, it's not scary for you if you want to carry that, and it is so much better than nothing. So Dan's featured in the book. I have so many of these products are part of the book launch giveaway. So another form of, let's say, self-defense or personal protection, Premier Body Armor. more. These are like bulletproof backpack inserts. Can go in your mom bag, in your tote. I know that's something we don't like to think about, but it's the world we live in, and I can't think of a more hands-off way to just add a layer of personal protection.
Wow. Yeah.
First aid and emergency health and wellness. We have a 100% US made, veteran owned Refuge Medical. I always tell people I love a good budget deal. I love bargain shopping, but I will not rely on Temu or Amazon if it comes to my life-saving supplies.
Probably a good idea, especially
absolutely.
now. Right. So let's talk about what you're doing to celebrate the launch of the book. People can register for this.
Yeah, so you can go to mamabearsurvival.com/book. You can buy the book there. You can get it on Amazon, soon Schuler's. You can also get it at Pursuit in downtown Ada. And if you buy the book by May 20th, you get a chance to enter to win this nearly $2,000 prize bundle. A lot of these brands are featured in the book. I mean, you've got Taser. A lot of people, you think of Taser, you think of law enforcement, but they actually do a lot to train and prepare civilians for their own personal protection, for non-lethal protection. So they're in the giveaway. Duckworth, okay, there's a whole section of the book about health and wellness. We have plastics everywhere, fast fashion. We're wearing plastic and polyester. So we talk about the importance of natural fibers, how you can make that simple switch. And while a lot of companies are worried about tariffs, a lot of these companies don't have to, certainly not Duckworth. Like, they don't have to source their wool, they raise it on their fourth generation Montana sheep farm. And I'm actually wearing it right now, but they have a $200 gift card in the bundle. Over here, Blackbeard fire plugs and fire starters. Women Hunt will have a bundle in it too. We have silent Faraday bags so you can protect your keys and your phone. People can't steal and access your information. Digital theft is happening a lot. I also want to mention in the book, I cover digital safety and parenting in a technological age. There are so many threats that are unseen and kind of go, they're forgotten in a lot of the books and resources out there. A really simple way to preserve your food, you could buy those, you see those packets of food that will like last forever, but your family might not want to actually eat them. Fresh Pack USA in our giveaway has these Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. You just heat seal them. Your rice, your grains, your beans. You can create shelf-stable food for 20 plus years by just doing the simple method. Of course, we get into canning and everything else in the book, but
we need the book, right?
Yeah,
okay.
You gotta use it as your guide.
We got Mama Bear. Emily, thank you so much for being here. What a great gift for Mother's Day, right? Keep the whole family safe. $29.95, bundle and save options, mamabearsurvival.com. You want to learn more, you want to follow the podcast, learn more about the hunt experience, and follow her on Instagram as well. And you can find that book, all those local bookstores that she mentioned. We'll be right back.